I was going to show you some things that we used to make. It's been a long time, but maybe a few years back when gas went up. And I'm going to try to explain to you what it is that we're doing. We're taking water, just plain water, and converting H2O into HHO gas. And what you do is you do it with an electrolysis system. You can do it with 12 volts, you can do it with 24 volts. And I'm going to show you the box that we made. And I'm going to try to explain it as we go. And I'm going to show you the fuel that it makes. I have my battery charger and this box right here, and you can make it out of a box. I've seen it made out of a jar, but this is the way we made ours. And this right here, this is that's just a cap for a valve stem, and these right here are valve stems. I just welded them in here. And this right here, if you look real close, you can see that little pink ball right there. That is a floater, and this right here is the gauge to tell the water what the level of the water is in the box, so it don't run out. But the water can get a little warm. And here's this is the positive lead right here, and all this is made of stainless steel, and that's the negative lead. And this right here allows the gas to come out whenever it goes through the electrolysis. A guy named Stanley Meyer first invented or came up with this. They all said that it wouldn't work. But when Stanley Meyer made a VW and he drove across the United States with it, you could take and put snow in it and let the snow melt, and it would create the HHO gas. You just convert water into the HHO gas. And the oil companies tried to buy him out, but he wouldn't sell, so they actually poisoned him in a restaurant. He was poisoned, and he actually said that he was poisoned to some people that he was with, that he felt like he was poisoned, and he did die from it. And that goes to show that big money, if you're going to take something that somebody's doing that could make billions of dollars, like gasoline, and intervene on that, then they're going to probably protect their interests. That's what I'm going to say. Alright, this right here, this is just a military box, like what you would put your ammo or something in. And it does have a seal right here, so I'm going to show you. Alright, and it comes off just like an ammo box. It just slides off with the hinge. And you can see I made these right here. And these right here, which is this side, that's the negative. That's the negative right here. This negative rod comes down here, and I welded that, and you can see that it's welded on the end right here. So this one right here, these two on the outside are negative. All these on the outside hook to the negative, the ground of your battery. All these. And the ones in the center, I don't know if you can see in there, but it does have like a spacer. It's a plastic spacer in between there, so that this right here and this center part right here don't touch. These right here are suspended and they don't touch. So this and this and this and this and this in the center here is all positive. And you see I took a stainless steel washer right here, and I bent that washer a little bit so that washer won't touch this center part right here. And that right there is what, whenever you put the fire to this, or the positive and the negative to this right here turns H2O, which is regular drinking water. It goes through like the electricity in this right here, converts it and makes the water fizz, and it gets the HHO, which is hydrogen, oxygen. It converts it. Now I've heard people say that that it makes 1,200 gallons of. I've heard it makes 388 gallons of hydrogen, and then again I've heard that it makes 1,200 gallons. So it's kind of debatable. I know that you can put different things in it. You can put baking soda in the water. You can take and put it's two or three different things I know that you can put in the water, and it will make it produce more hydrogen quicker. And we did have a vehicle that would sit there and run. We never figured out exactly how to give it the gas, but it would idle with nothing but hydrogen. So it will burn. So what we did was we started using it as an alternative fuel. So we would take this box, we'd fill it up with water, and we'd fill it up with water, and we would take and run it into the breather of the car. So then you flip a toggle switch. This right here started producing hydrogen, which hydrogen is 5 times more powerful than gasoline. It is very powerful, and you don't want to leave it on. If just say you go somewhere, and you could wire it into your key switch, but if you go somewhere and you got that thing on the toggle switch and you don't flip it off, I'm gonna stress that. If you don't switch it off, it could be really bad. It could be really bad, because like I said, it's a lot more powerful than gasoline, and it would probably blow the intake off of your car. So this ain't something to play around with, but be serious about it, because you can actually get a lot more fuel mileage. We had a truck that got like 10 miles to the gallon, and we took and put one of these on there, and it got like 17 miles to the gallon. So it can increase your fuel. But remember, this is a HHO generator, hydrogen, oxygen. The HHO, the O is oxygen. So you're putting more oxygen into the intake of your car. So you will have to take, and we did this, we had to take and where the oxygen sensors is on the exhaust, that tells your computer how much oxygen that engine has flowing through it. So when you add this hydrogen generator, it throws more oxygen to it, which increases the fuel. So hold on just one second. Sorry about that. My mother's 93. We got a sitter. That's the sitter. So I got to take that. I got to take that call when it comes, in case anything's needed. But anyway, I'm back. So this, we had to move the oxygen sensors outside the exhaust pipe, maybe about that far, to where it wouldn't read all that oxygen that's going out. What we done was we took a plug fouler. We took two of them. We took a plug fouler, and we drilled a hole in the first one, and we screwed it into the second one. Well, you know, an oil fouler has a hole in the thing maybe about that big around, compared to, let me see, where you can kind of get a comparison to it. All right, That's a 13-inch wrench. You see that? You see how small that hole is? And that's a 13, so that's pretty small. Anyway, that fouler has a small hole in the end of it to keep your plugs from fouling. And that's what we did, was we put that fouler on the muffler. Not the muffler, but the exhaust, where the O2 sensors go. We screwed them out, and they'll screw into it with that oil fouler. They'll screw it, it's the right size, so you can screw them in there. And then this right here went back to working. So we took the box, we put it in, we put it on a switch, on the key switch, to where when you switch it on and switch it off, this goes on and off. We took and put a big 40 amp fuse on it, and it takes a pretty good sized wire. That's really a big wire. So we put them on there, and I'm gonna show you how it works, and show you that it actually does create fuel. And if this is something that you wanted to make at home or tinker with it, because if I made it, I'm sure you can make it. I'm gonna bend the camera down just a little bit. Oh, by the way, I do auto interior work. I've been doing it about 43 years. But I tinker with a lot of different things and build different things, especially whenever fuel goes up. You know, people look for some kind of way to stretch the fuel mileage out some. So I'm gonna take these off. Okay. I wanted to save these. I didn't want to, and I had a few extras, so I just put these on there. So I'm gonna stick this on there. It went right on. Take this one. And if you don't mind, like and subscribe to my videos if you like them. If you think this is something that you can use, because we do all kind of stuff out here. I know we do interior work. Over the years, you know, I've just done all kind of stuff. More of a, kind of like a creator. All right, we'll take this, if you can see, maybe bend it down just a little bit. All right, this right here, I'm gonna open this up. See that? I took on the inside of this box and I put bed liner. It was like that roll-on bed liner, just to kind of keep it from rusting. Because at one time we were putting like baking soda and stuff like that in it to try to up it. That's regular tap water that come right out of my sink in there in the shop here. It don't have nothing in it. I didn't want to put nothing in it because what I was going to show you, I just didn't want to take too much chances. But if you look right here, you can see I got my battery charger. This right here is some Dawn dishwashing liquid. I'm gonna take this bucket right here. That's just regular water. You can see right here, it ain't nothing but just regular water. It ain't got nothing in it. And all I was gonna do was like show you with an experiment here of how this right here, if you can see. Okay, I'm gonna take this right here, put some dishwashing liquid in it. That's kind of an inexpensive experiment with dishwashing liquid. You know, that stuff's kind of hot. Anyway, I'm just gonna stir it up. I'm not gonna do this very long because the last time I done it, it kind of backfired on me a little bit, and what happened was these bubbles, the bubbles in the bubbles in the water, when I took that lighter and I was popping these bubbles, it went through the water like this. Just as bubbles was coming up, it was following these bubbles, and it went back to this hose. And a safety feature on this is to take a bubbler and put on there. It's like an inline jar that goes down to the bottom. It's just a safety thing, just to keep any from, I mean, nobody's going to be in your breather doing that, but I mean, if it backfired, you know, it could possibly backfire through the carburetor and come back through that, which what it done was, it didn't blow up or nothing, it just swole the box up and destroyed it. But I'm going to take and put this right here. Right here, I'm just going to take and put it on here, and that's where that goes. Normally I'm not going to put it on real far because I do want to get it back off. All this is I'm trying to show you how it works. It's been really a long time. That's just a regular nut. I just put a hole in it, and it's for weight because I want it at the bottom of the bucket. All right. And here's the I'm gonna take and put this on high, like start. All right here. Yeah, I'm just gonna put it on high start, where it'll be like it's got a battery to it. Let's see. I think it is working. I'll be able to tell in a minute because the bubbles will be coming out of the bucket. I'm going to take the camera and show you. And you can tell right here, my little thing right here is up, so that's the level of the water. I'm thinking the water is high enough. I could put a little bit more in there, and I'll do that. All right, I'm gonna put a little bit more water in it right out of my sink. All right, that is on. Let me make sure it's on start. I think it is. It looks like some of the bubbles are coming up. Okay. All right, let's see if you can see that. According to this, that thing's mighty rusty. I think that right there's probably touching like it's supposed to. Okay, it's doing it more now. I'm gonna show you this. Okay, if you can see that, I'll come back up here. You see the bubbles right here coming out? See the bubbles? All right. I put them bubbles in there, and them bubbles will hold that HHO gas. See? They're just popping from that water. You see that? It just flames right up. So it is an alternative source. If I were to take and put some baking soda in there, it would make it really, really, really go quicker, a whole lot quicker. So I'll turn this down low, where you can see. It really won't even light right now, I don't think. Hold on. All right, that's a real low flame right there. We have used it where it was like popping, like an M80, but we had the other stuff in it like baking soda or let me see. I had some different stuff here once upon a time. I may have thrown that other stuff away. Let me see if I hook it directly to it, what it might do. Alright, there's the positive. There's the negative. I think my cables ain't that great. This is the positive. I'll take and hook it back on here. I just don't have a good enough connection to make it really, really blast like it's supposed to. Okay. I just don't think I got quite enough juice going to it to make it really produce like it should. But you can see them bubbles will burn right up. When I had it going, it went all the way to the bottom, and it shot water all over the shop. But you can extract the HHO gas, which is hydrogen, hydrogen, oxygen, H2O, to HHO gas, which creates a pretty significant amount once you make it produce real good. And like I said, if I put some baking soda in there, it would make it produce a whole lot more. I don't know for sure if I got any. I'll look real quick and see. Hey y'all, no baking soda. But if I had it grounded real good, it would produce a whole lot more. And you can see right there from all them bubbles. That they will burn, them bubbles will, the gas in them. There's a company in Clearwater, Florida called, what's it called? Hydrogen Technologies, and they make a machine that produces a lot of HHO gas, and they done away with oxygen and acetylene, so it will cut through metal like really quick. It changes metal. It does something to it when it's heated with that. I wish I could show you exactly how that works, but this is the basics of it. You can see that the gas is coming up through there, and it is real powerful gas. And it makes a lot of hydrogen if it's grounded right. There's something else that I'm going to be building, and it's called a centrifugal force generator. They use them in a third world country. That's what they use. They don't have a lot of power, so I am in the process of building one of those, and you got to have a really big wheel, and it goes in a centrifugal force. It's another source of energy, just like this right here is. So if you think you can build one of these, this is the way I built mine. Those plates that was in there was it was an electrical plate, like a wall plate. Like it covers a wall outlet. They make those in stainless steel, so you can take and build all this stuff out of stainless steel, and I can assure you, if I would have added the baking soda to it, it would have put out much more than just a plain water would have. Made a lot of difference in it. But the basic thing is I just wanted to show you an alternative fuel source that you could take. If you took one of these and it's small enough that you can put it up under the hood of a car. And once again, wire it into your key switch, because you don't want to go out there and hit the ignition, and then all of a sudden it tears something up. So I can't stress that enough. So you can make it. I've seen them made out of jars. I've seen them made out of all kind of stuff. Other people have made these, especially when in the Obama era, whenever fuel got up, I actually parked the truck and just recently drug it back out, and I'm gonna have to start driving it because, and it's a diesel, my other truck. This also works on diesel and gas, so it can up the fuel mileage on it. If you like what you're seeing, please subscribe. We do all kind of stuff. Mainly what I do out here is auto interiors, and I will use that dishwashing liquid on washing my truck. So I don't waste a whole lot of stuff. So just like, subscribe. If you like interior work, if you like different tips, I've been doing it a long time. I think I'm really good at it. And we build a lot of stuff, and we make a lot of people's dreams come true. Like and subscribe, and hit that thumbs up button. Thank you.